Hello and welcome to Black Shack's Bushcraft. Thanks for clicking on another video. Some time ago I uploaded a video from my phone about a survival kit I bought. Now finally I made time to do a video on what's inside it and my thoughts on it. Was it worth the money? Let's take a look and find out. Well, g'day folks. Today we're going to talk about this survival kit, or at least that's what they called it on the internet. Looks more like a first aid kit. First off, I'm going to start by saying you're better off to make your own survival kit. I think some of the things in this are a little gimmicky. This cost about $60 with freight. So let's have a look what's inside. We have a bracelet. I'll do some recording on this so we can see close up what we're looking at. So we have this bracelet which is made up of paracord, has a compass on it. Not sure how good the compass is, but there's a little snap lock on it, and there's also a tiny little ferro rod in the centre and some paracord. That could be quite useful. Another thing I'll point out before we get too far into this is quite heavy. It's not something I'd go backpacking with. So I decided after looking at it when I bought it that this would live in the car. This is quite a heavy little piece. It's basically screwdriver, Allen key, spanners, various other tools. What you'd use a lot of this for while backpacking, I have no idea. Again, I'm just going to keep it in the car, so I really don't think that's something I'd use when I'm backpacking. However, in the car I'm going to have proper tools, so to be honest I probably wouldn't use that at all. I think that's more of a gimmick. That's just my opinion. So we have a ferro rod and striker. The striker has a, what do we have? It says 5 kilometres, so if you meant to use that on a map, I'm not sure what scale map you'd use it on. And then 50mm ruler on the other side. Now this I think would be very handy in the car. Again, not for backpacking. I have this small, well, you call it an axe and a hammer. Personally, I'd probably use that to break a window in a car to rescue somebody. And it also doubles up as a pair of pliers. It's quite weighty. It probably makes up most of the weight in the kit, to be honest. Now these are always handy. A couple of light sticks. That's everything on one side of the kit. Now I'll move to the other side of the kit. Sorry, while I move the table this GoPro will be shaking around. Emergency blanket. We all know about these mylar blankets and what they're used for. They can always be handy, even if you just use it as a reflector for your fire. And more paracord. I'd be guessing that there'd be somewhere around maybe 5 or 6 meters of that. And what else have we got? There's a cheap folding knife. We've got a bit of a serrated edge there. That's reasonably sharp, fairly lightweight, with a safety lock on it. Not bad, but until I actually use it, I couldn't tell you how good it is. What else have we got? We have a spork and a spoon. It also has a can opener on it, a little bit of a serrated knife edge there. Have a look at a close-up of that. I hope this GoPro is picking it up clearly enough. And that will fit different size nuts in the centre there. So that could be useful if you're caught short without something to eat with. I probably would never use this because if I'm wearing my backpack, well, maybe I would. I mean, if I'm wearing my backpack, I've got pouches for my water bottles, but this is a belt loop that fits around your water bottle. So probably quite useful, but I doubt that I'll ever use it. Okay. Carabiners, screw gate carabiners. Not good enough to support body weight obviously, but could be handy for a few things. What do we have here? Oh, we have an emergency whistle. Let's give this a toot and see what it's like. Yeah, probably not too bad. Now this very much a survival aid. There's a little soft plastic and a couple of fluorescent beads and a bit of fishing line. So that could be very handy. That is something I would put in a survival kit. Now this also very handy, I think. Has a very hard, I'll look on the GoPro again, anything on the GoPro I'll put up in the corner of the screen so you can see it better. It's got a very hardened tip there, which you could use for striking a window to get somebody out of a car. And the other end is a biro. That's always handy. And yes, it even works. Only a couple of items left. AA batteries. I do have something that I could use those in. I have a GPS. It's not a fancy one. It doesn't have a map on it. It just has a breadcrumb trail. It takes AA's. Last but not least, we have this little torch, which I'm guessing is what the AA's are actually for. So it's a single LED. Just not sure where the batteries go in. Well, I'll have to work that out. And that's it. Torches are always handy. You can't have enough lighting at night if you're caught out somewhere. So it's quite a sturdy little carry case. Sort of semi-hard. Got a good zipper on it. As I say, it cost about $60. I think if I were going to make a survival kit, you could do it cheaper than that, and some of this stuff I wouldn't bother putting in. So things I definitely wouldn't put in, the little spanner thing, I don't even know where you'd find one of those. I wouldn't put that in. I wouldn't bother going looking for one of these when you could just tie a bit of paracord around your bottle and hang it somewhere. That's probably quite handy. That'd be handy to keep in the glove box, to be honest. The little hammer pliers thing, I've got a multi-tool in the car anyway, so I wouldn't bother going looking for one of those to put in. Generally speaking, was it worth the money? Probably not, but I just wanted to see what was in it. So that's about it. And if you can hear squealing in the backyard, there's a kid's birthday party across the street, and that's where the squealing comes from. So I hope this was useful to you. If you see these for sale, you can make your own mind up now you've seen what's in it, whether you think they're worth it or not. I think the case is quite handy. It looks, to be honest, looks like more like a first aid kit, as I said. And if somebody went looking through your pack for a first aid kit, they'd go for that, thinking that that's what it was. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.